¿Qué tal, amigos? Pues estoy yendo aquí al nuevo estudio que está construyendo Myles Wakeham aquí en San Miguel de Allende. Es un estudio de grabación réplica del estudio de George Martin que tenía, creo que se llamaba Air, en Montserrat. Y pues prácticamente lo están reconstruyendo aquí en San Miguel. Y voy a ir ahorita a visitar a mi amigo Myles, que es el que lo está construyendo, y a ver los avances y a mostrarles un poquito de lo que va a ser este gran estudio AAA aquí en San Miguel de Allende. Aquí estamos ya llegando.
The outside almost
Here, put it in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want me to do this thing? All right, there we go.
That's it.
All right. So the building's done. The roof went on 2 weeks ago. So it's all sealed and everything exterior is like locked down and done. And they're doing the veranda concrete work. They would have done that earlier, but this weather's not helping.
Not helping.
No. But we'll go through the front so you kind of get the experience. I mean, it's still, obviously it's a construction site still, but this guy's in good shape. I mean, it's moving along quite well. So we got all the these boxes that are in there that run power all to the main property. Everything here is sustainable, so all of the power source is going to be come off the roof of the property in solar, and then underneath there's battery banks and everything, so we have a complete self-contained power company, if you like.
That's amazing.
Yeah, all the data comes in from that cable, which will get trenched into the wall. It's all fiber. So we bring everything in from Telmex over fiber optic. They go down into the cabinet, they go down into the ground, and then what you can't see is underground, shooting all the way up there, and then all the way across is 40 gig multi-band fiber.
That's great.
And then so power comes into, it's weird, power comes into the property through CFE right now over to the pump room, where it goes to inverters, and that's just one optional input for power. Most of it will come off the roof in solar, but we haven't got the roof on yet. So it all goes down there, goes into batteries, and batteries feed everything on the property, so everything's conditioned power.
Wow,
it's very clean.
That's super.
Yeah, so we had to run everything in, and then everything underground, and then back into the machine room there. So that's all done.
That's great. And you found everything here in Mexico?
Yeah, pretty much. I have a good friend of mine we've got people from all over the world involved in this project now.
Man, this is a big project.
My acoustician is an American living in Bali, working with his associate that's in Mexico City.
Okay.
My sustainability engineer is from New Zealand, but he lives here, so that's fine.
You're from New Zealand, right?
No, I'm from Australia.
I'm from Australia.
Yeah, we're all from somewhere else. It's like this big immigration thing. Anyway, here's the main entrance, as you know. Yeah, that should get us in, I think. Some sort of door. We ordered our doors. They're all having to be, because of the size of this area here is non-standard. We had to have this big to bring the console in.
Right.
So we had to get a company that could do acoustically sealed solid steel bulletproof doors. Right. And I found them up in Hermosillo.
There's an app for everything, you know?
Yeah, really. So they've they're building that right now. We should have the doors in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Great.
Before that comes in, though, I have to bring the console in.
Right.
Because I can't, once I put the doors in, I can't get it in. So anyway. Now the sound is obviously echoey because there's no acoustic treatment yet, which is why the acousticians...
The space is amazing, man.
Yeah. The rack's starting to come in. This will go in the machine room. And all the equipment for it is here. Yeah, Windows got ordered last week.
This is the one we were talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. It got ordered right after we stopped talking about it. I said screw it, and I just ordered it. So, and I think dual panel was fine. So I think we're good there. The speakers are already here. Everything came in. It's all sitting in storage right now. So we had a big semi-trailer of gear that came in and got that over the border, which was fun. But managed to get that in.
Right on time.
Yeah, right before the tariffs. So we managed to get that. Yeah, so this is all coming together gradually, but
and I was with this guy, Laureano. And he was talking to me about the Montserrat studio.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking to me about that, and I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, really? That's funny. That's funny, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, this is Montserrat. I mean, to the exact measurements, I don't know. Your camera will probably be okay in here. It tends to pick up, it picks up infrared better. But yeah, for the most part, it's, obviously we're going to have different acoustic treatments to Montserrat. I was talking with Dave and Malcolm, who built Montserrat back in the 70s. They're still alive, they're still in England. And they were telling me that the biggest problem they had was they could not contain both the HVAC and the audio there because it was just, they're on an island and there's no, back then there wasn't any computers and experts in this stuff. So they kind of winged it, and everything they did was this sort of lattice in the ceiling. And I wanted to be true to that visually, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to
improve what they
improve
have,
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't want to inherit their problems. I wanted to, So the acoustic treatment is very different, which is what we got designed. But we managed to we settled on the piano, which goes in here. We're going to go with a Yamaha C7 Concert Grand, but with the Disclavia module. And so the idea is that for a pianist, like a singer-songwriter on a piano, the biggest problem you're going to have is bleed from the piano to the vocal mic, right? So the beautiful thing about the Disclavia is that it'll capture at very high resolution all of the events in MIDI that are coming from the musician, but you can mute the piano. So we send it back to their headphones off, just throw it through a sample library, they can listen to whatever they want, Steinway, Fuzzioli, it doesn't matter. They hear that back in their headphones, they sing and perform as if they're doing their normal thing. And then when they're finished, we've got their vocal, and then we play back the MIDI demuted, so now you can hear it, mic it up. And if they made a fluffed note or something, they can go in the MIDI and clean it up. And
right, that's great.
They don't have to re-perform.
I've never heard of that technique.
It's kind of becoming popular now in studios to do Disclavia, but for that very reason, the quality of the sound is really good. It's a full concert grand, it sounds great. And I can replace out anything I want with any other sample library. So
that's great.
Over here, we've got a B3 coming in from Texas, actually from Louisiana. That'll be here permanently. And we've decided that this little enclosure area in here, which was originally just going to be used for like music stands, mic stands, whatever, we'll stick a Leslie in there and just leave it there.
I can see this just like you can pass through, right?
Oh yeah, you can pass through, or we can seal it. Yeah. So we use this as like a little mini amp room, if you like, but we'll just stick the Leslie here because the problem is it only has a 15-foot cable between the B3 and the Leslie, and you can't really go much longer than that.
Great.
So that'll be good for organists.
Is this like a vocals or
vocals here? Yeah.
Guitars.
Well, we can. It's big enough you could put a drum kit in here without a problem, but It's really designed to be a dead space compared to the live space.
Really close mic, drums, something like that.
Yep, or if you've got like, I don't know, a trumpet or a saxophone, you don't want the room to be a part of the sound, you can separate them, which is nice. So again, all glass and everything.
You have to put the same kind of...
Exactly the same.
Windows over here, right?
Yeah, dual pane, angled glass. We found a company in San Luis Potosi that are doing that for us, and they can, I mean, you know, with the acoustician, I was able to get the ratings correct and everything for that, so that works. Microphone closet, it's a secured door for that. Reverb chamber, as you probably saw before, I mean, now it's got a floor, but it's the same sound quality. It's very reverby. So we'll just adjust.
Yeah, exactly. You told me you were going to use this like for reverbs and stuff, right?
Yeah. So this will be interesting to tune it and like to get to know it, because it's really reverby. So what we bring back and we mix
you can
in.
put like some stuff and try to...
Yeah, it's easier to stop it than to create it. But it's a good starting point. So.
Great.
But so I don't really think, other than the lights going in.
The lens is really good.
Yeah. I've got a couple of those heavy-duty wheeled mic stands that you easily can wheel in and out. So yeah, so I think this room won't, other than the door going back on, the room won't get much more treatment than what you see right now. There's no reason for it. It's about the sound, not the visuals.
It really sounds good.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of amazing how that worked out. Machine rooms, floors in, done. Power. We're not converted. We're not on CFE meter yet. They're supposed to do that today. So mains breaker panel. Then we've got the general panel for the studio and the panel for the Neve. The Neve itself needs its own supply run. So we've got like effectively like two phases of supply. One that just does everything and one that just does the console. So that works. The rack is in there, it'll get moved in here. Here's our data power. And then everything goes up the roof. We'll run like data center rails through the roof. Yeah, and then it all shoots through that. So, and then bathroom is just ready for the door and the toilet and sink and everything to go in. All the water lines are plumbed in, so that's done. This is part of the exterior door that is coming.
Your door, probably.
Yeah, probably. That'll be our door, yeah. We'll go. Engineer door. The reason why they haven't finished this is that they did a custom chrome metal logo thing that goes at the front, so he's got that coming in. He'll put that down just for the logo of the studio and then build the rest of the tile around it.
Logistics, just to think, think what has to come first inside the room.
It's a nightmare. Yeah. It's this interconnected web of tasks. I know, it's very hard. But yeah. Amp room is done. We have to deaden this. But all of the power outlets and audio outlets for all the amp stuff is in place. So, and all the amps are here now. So they're all just sitting in storage, just waiting to be moved in once this room is finished.
That's a shame.
I know. I know. So I don't know, maybe I'll just find some easy way to deaden this out a little bit. And this is just storage. We've actually lucked out with storage. We've got quite a bit of it. I don't think you can ever have enough in the studio, right? Because you're always looking at cable and mic stands and... But there's enough. There's enough.
Very nice. Coming out really nice.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What's the timeline, the deadline?
Everything's starting to happen really quickly now. So we've got more gear coming in. Just little things like, touch light switches that are all smart, that integrate. LED strips for behind the panels are all there. Power. The power guys here are Thursday to kit out the interior, to begin the process to kitting out the interior. and the exterior goes in as soon as CFE. So with power, with lighting, then we start framing. That's just basically 2x4 wood, rock wool, dry, sheet rock. And then the last part is everything's got to be clad in, originally we were going to do Guildford of Maine fabric on the walls and the ceiling and everything. It's so bloody expensive. It's like 22 US a square meter, and this place is huge. Yeah. So I found a company here in Mexico that make a fabric they call Cancun fabric, and it's half the price. So we're ordering from them. We've already got the color scheme defined, the interior design's done, and then we need to put the framing in, all of that stuff, and then finally upholsterers will have to come in and do the actual fabric to a wall, which is an unusual thing for upholsterers to do. So finding skilled people that can do that's hard. But that's the last part. So I don't know, maybe, I think we'll be ready to frame out in about 2-3 weeks tops. And then the framing, with a bit of luck, it won't take that long. I'm hoping a month. And when the framing goes in, all the cabling goes behind it, so that kind of forces the issue that everything happens at once. We don't have any big delays logistically because everything's here now. It's all in here and stored. I've got to bring the console in because of the doors. That'll happen in 2 or 3 weeks. And then the final part, I guess, is just commissioning the console. And I've got the guys from 81 Series in New York coming in for that. I just have to schedule them. But they're Neve, they're the guys who basically sold me the console. They recapped it, rebuilt it. And so I don't want to move it in and risk the whole thing.
Just because of that.
Yeah, but I do have to have all the power ready to go for them. So. And the other cool thing, when the acoustician came in and assessed the room, he found, based on speaker positioning and then the framing which happens in front of it, where the ideal mix position was. It's right there, which is perfect. So we're going to bring the console back from the wall maybe a meter, so you've got easy access to the back. That's your ideal mix position here. So we'll put a sub there and the 2 focales here. But then he said the other thing that was interesting was that if you draw an angled line where those speakers intersect against those walls, he found that there was a secondary ideal mix position right here where the client sits. Yeah, where we put couches and, yeah, so anybody listening to
you can have a really nice sofa right there.
Right. And yet get the perfect mix. Great, man. That was so cool. So he's designed all of the diffusers on these walls to support the secondary mix position as well as the first. So, yeah, it should be really good. So I'm really happy about that. It's a lucky thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's great, Myles. Congratulations. It's coming out really, really nice.
Yeah,
really nice.
I know it's hard.
Very fast.
I hope so. I mean, it's been 3.5 years so far, so.
Well, I mean, but for a break like this,
Yeah.
And how you say, there's people all over the world working in this.
Really,
so
there
it's
is.
Going to be amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be a truly.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Journey.
It's funny, the guy who helped me build the first studio I ever built in Los Angeles just retired from work, and his last day at work is June the 30th. I happen to be back in the States then, so I'll be back for about a week, and I'll go and see him. And he said, yeah, I'll come down and help you finish up and I'm like, Jim, come on down, mate. I mean, this is great. And he's worked with everybody in LA, so, I mean, it goes back to the 90s when I was working there. He was there working with me, and to have him come, 30 years later and turn up and sort of help do the final touches on something is great. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to just stop the
Sure.
Pues muy bien, amigos, eso fue todo. Va a ser un excelente estudio, de los mejores en México, y lo vamos a tener aquí en San Miguel. Estén pendientes, les voy a tener más upgrades sobre este estudio. Hasta la próxima.